Exploring here is easier if you already know some secrets. I knew as a child that when you find broken bits of white clamshells deep in spruce woods, you will have found an indigenous shell midden. When you hear a sound under your boots, somewhere between the familiar squeak of muddy earth and the echoes of crossing a stream on wooden boardwalk or split logs, then you've discovered the reverb of an underground stream. Exploring becomes spelunking when you already know underground streams lead to granite crevices. These miniature caves collect tiny crabs, baby lobster, and broken glass that waves have worn smooth. When you hear waves receding from between these granite ledges, like the sound of a tinkling waterfall or the glurg of a pouring bottle, you're spelunking, not just beachcombing. The sand doesn't want to let go when I pull my find out of the shade of a boulder. Sand isn't only beige quartz, it's also bits of bleached clamshells, crumbled pink granite, and darklings of dry rockweed and mussel shells. My heart is overjoyed to find a lavender gem waiting there. I brush off my find like a mother strokes crumbs or tears from her child's face. When you rub it, there is a faint chime. The undulation of the glass is surely the lip of a spout, an odd bulge with the cottage prettiness of floral patterns on what was once a cut glass pitcher. Proud, I give it to my mother, who explains the washed glass is also sun-changed glass. My mother says, "The color reveals its age. There's arsenic in this piece of glass. It reacts with the sun. A chemical dance, the sunlight pinkens it." My mother takes it to her jewelry studio, solders and files a nest of silver filigree in which the washed glass becomes the centerpiece of a necklace. Silver has the metallic smell of blood. This rose and gray creation beats with a bond between mother and child. When Mom dies, the necklace is lost down the ravine of a remarriage. I do not return to the island or its beach caves for almost 2 decades. I knew nothing about my paternal ancestors when I left, just as most of us knew nothing of the Penobscot who created and fished and prayed here for millennia. In the intervening years, the adoption agency that placed me for adoption admits their policy was to lie to adoptive parents of Native children, that they hid my American Indian heritage from me. Now it takes 3 years to find my birth father. When I find him, he tells me, "I've been waiting for this call." I meet my father face to face only once before his death. He tells me we are Cherokee and Mohawk. When I return to the island, I'm back in this familiar place, but with a new perspective on my history and the lands. A friend tells me the Deer Isle Historical Society now displays a map of old indigenous canoe and carryover trails. A local historian explains that the population of the Penobscot tribe has returned to the numbers at the time of European contact. Now, 20 years out, explorations heal secrets. You explore the Smithsonian's Renwick Gallery, where you find a, quote, sterling silver and found beach glass neckpiece, unquote, by Carolyn Krigman, my mother. It is both lost and preserved like some kind of celestial constellation that you can still see but not touch. You drive crossing a winding stone causeway. Settlers laid this road over a stone weir that the original Wabanaki residents built to spear fish. Indigenous and settler both built their own forms of filigree over the tide, which is the tug of this full moon. We are still here. The secret is we always were, the descendants of Wabanaki and of settlers, my lost native family and found washed glass.